We sell ourselves short sometimes, right? We have the downside of the oil companies are hiring developers for way more than they're worth, and that sucks. But there's also a lot of really great people here where, it's cheaper here compared to New York and Manhattan or San Francisco and Silicon Valley in other ways. So really, location moving forward is less and less of an issue, and I think it's more about ideas and having confidence and just taking a stab at it, right? There's no reason why you can't be successful here in Edmonton, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree. If I wasn't living in Edmonton, the most logical thing for what I do would be in LA. I don't want to live in LA. The weather's nice, but there's
Maybe
crazy
for 3 or
traffic.
4 months a year, right?
Yeah, there's crazy traffic and smog and all that stuff, and real estate would be a lot more money. I don't see any hindrance to living in Edmonton doing this kind of stuff at all.
Obviously, I think one of the things that we have really strong infrastructure, very, very good educational systems. I mean, there's a bit of a funny competition for developers in that it is kind of overpriced slightly. But the other side of that coin is go down to the Bay Area. I mean, they're paid 3 times as much in San Francisco, but sad for them, it costs 4 times as much to live, right? Quite literally. I mean, it's shocking. Like there's folks like 5 people to a house renting a house and they're all like senior level developers at companies down there because they can't afford to buy anything. So I think it's really good. The one thing that we need more of, and I think it's finally starting, is a little more capital in the system. So one of the things that's very interesting about places like Silicon Valley, New York, Boston, some of the real centers of excellence of entrepreneurial companies kind of going bigger, is that they have a lot of groups out there financing good startups. And that's probably the one thing that we haven't had for a very long time, and we're starting to see that now. So I think there's a recognition that there's now finally folks you can actually, if you have a really great opportunity, a really great idea, you can talk to about financing. So and these folks, just to be clear too, I mean, they're all across Western Canada and they still do deals all over the place. But there's folks that are actually based in Alberta and BC that actually do tech financing. So that's a big deal.
Cory, do you think there's anything that could be done in Edmonton to make it even a stronger place to nurture this kind of entrepreneurial effort?
Well, is this where I can do my plug for the accelerator program? Yeah.
Sure.
No, I'm here in a couple capacities. I'm involved with a group called EO, Entrepreneurs Organization. It's actually the largest group of entrepreneurs in the world. The Edmonton chapter has about 110 members, 115 members. And we launched a new program last year called the Accelerator. It's basically aimed at helping emerging entrepreneurs to improve their business. There's a whole curriculum and stuff like that, but what's really great about it is we pair entrepreneurs with 5 other peers, 5 other businesses in a similar state, along with a mentor who's doing an established business, with the goal of taking you to that next level. So it's a volunteer thing that we're doing with EO. It's not like a sales pitch per se, but if the ideal candidate's around the $250,000 to $1 million mark, and you have a couple employees. I mean, if you know someone or you yourself think you might be a fit, I mean, it's a way we're trying to, with the other great things going on in the city with here with this initiative, with Startup Edmonton. There's a lot of great things going on, and so all of it's part of this. The more we can stick together, the better we're going to be as entrepreneurs, right? And it's one more piece to that at a different stage.